Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nuggets Incorporated for your 2019 NFL Season Championship Sunday pre-game analysis show. I am your host, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. First time I have the black background in quite some time. Then again, this ain't really a white background, it's just my wall. I was a little bit too lazy to put up the black background, so we're going white. Caucasian, little bit of swirling behind me. Took it too far. All right, but whatever the case may be, it is the second to last, pre and post game analysis shows. Bittersweet. We've only got 3 games remaining in the football season. I'm not ready to have it gone. Hopefully the XFL can scratch that itch of professional football. Whatever the case may be, we've got 2 huge games with obvious implications. A trip to the Super Bowl. You can have the Green Bay Packers or the San Francisco 49ers represent the NFC. And on the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs or the Tennessee Titans. It just escaped me for a second. I was going to say something else. I think I was going to say Attack on Titan, something like that. Whatever the case may be, we've got 2 exciting games. I will start with the latter. Tennessee traveling to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And a lot of people, matter of fact, before I even get into it, a lot of people are talking about, you know what? The playoffs are fixed because they want to have a rematch of Super Bowl I for the 100th anniversary because it was the Chiefs versus the Packers. It's rigged. No, you guys I understand what you're trying to say, but far too many things happen to get to this point, all right? Because first and foremost, New England doesn't lose against Miami. Who's to say that Kansas City's in this position? Because now Kansas City would be what? The 3 seed. They would have played against Tennessee in the wild card round. Okay, so that alters things. Then in the divisional, let's say they beat Tennessee, they would have to go on the road to go play against New England this time around. Again, because they beat them early in the season. So who knows what will happen there. And then you'll have a championship Sunday. There's a lot of different things that could have happened. In the NFC side with Green Bay, let's say Seattle were to beat San Francisco, and then San Francisco drops to the wild card. That would put, New Orleans in the bye week. The Green Bay would have, they would probably be the 1 seed at that point. Let's say if Green Bay would have lost, and all this different sort of thing. It's kind of hard with professional football to say that it was rigged ahead of time. Basketball, you can rig that kind of easy. Baseball, you can rig that kind of easy. Football's very tough. And on top of that, the players would have to be in on it. And I'm one of those people where it's hard to convince me that a collective of players would willingly throw games or allow things to be corrupted. Now, few players can individually, but a collective it's kind of tough. But that's for a different video. Let's break down exactly what's going to transpire here this championship Sunday. Now, we'll start with Kansas City and Tennessee, as I said. This is going to be interesting because initially I chose 5 teams to make it to the Super Bowl. All right, I said on the AFC side, it would be either Houston, they're gone. Baltimore, they're gone. Tennessee, they remain. The NFC, New Orleans, they're gone. Green Bay, they remain. All right, so 2 of my 5, prediction teams still remain. But with this AFC championship matchup, obviously, for Tennessee, there is one name that needs to be up on the board, and that is King Derrick Henry. If he does not get going, Tennessee's finished. Bottom line. But this man has been running rampant over the course of, I think, the last 10 games. It's a ridiculous amount of yards that he ran for. And I believe he ran for the most yards in NFL history on the road for a season. I think including playoffs and regular season. So it's ridiculous what this man is able to do. And this is, cold football, whether it's January football. So if you can't run the football, who knows where the hell your team is going to end up. Perhaps in that, elimination pool, on elimination station, and written down the death note. But for Tennessee, they've got to get their run game going. However, also utilize the play action game. Because I can guarantee you this, Kansas City's going to stack the box. They've seen what Derrick Henry ran for over 180 against the Patriots. he ran for 195 against Baltimore. You think Andy Reid's not going to go talk to his guys like, yo, hey, let's stack the box and not let this guy beat us? So utilize the play action fake. So Jonnu Smith, Corey Davis, AJ Brown, all of you guys, this is your time to shine. Because you're going to be seeing, soft coverage. And I know a lot of Kansas City fans, Chiefs Kingdom per se, they're all coming at me. Like, hey, you didn't look at the statistics for how Kansas City been shutting people down the last 10 games of the regular season. And technically, Houston ain't really do nothing because they were gifted great field position and they had a special teams touchdown as well. Correct. Absolutely correct. However, this is the playoffs. Whatever the hell you may have done in the regular season, you might as well toss it out the window because we've seen countless teams with sensational defense come up short. New England. We've seen a lot of teams, or I should say Baltimore. A lot of different situations where you've seen Tennessee beat the crap out of teams no matter where the hell they've been ranked. So I would not sit over here and get comfortable because, our numbers statistically to close out the year were so rather, stupendous. So I'm really too worried. No, I'd be concerned for all teams. For Tennessee, defensively, you heard Tyreek Hill say in the media, I believe either yesterday or 2 days ago, hey, I don't believe anybody can guard us one-on-one. This is some bulletin board material for you guys, so you better show up and show out. Because I'm not going to lie to you, it's kind of hard to guard, Kansas City's weapons. McCole Hardman can run. Tyreek Hill, we already know he can run. Travis Kelce, the best tight end in the game. Let me say it again. Travis Kelce, the best tight end in the game. And it's been like that for some years now. Sorry, Gronk, you were on your way out 2017. You may be first team All-Pro, but Travis Kelce been the best tight end in the game for about 3 years now. So you better cover him because you saw him rub his nutsack all over Houston's defense, this past Sunday. So you got to be able to guard these guys. And you can't forget about Watkins. You can't forget about Robinson. Their hands may have been a little bit for decoration this past weekend, but who's to say they're going to perform that same way? They understand they cannot start slow against, Tennessee because Tennessee is a team that's built to have the lead and keep that lead. You can try to come back, but not when they up by 14. Oh, it's time to turn around and hand that football over, and that continues to kill clock. They're built for that. So for Kansas City, you cannot afford to start slow, because this ain't the team that you want to start slow against. But Tennessee, you got quite the game, defensively, because that's what it all comes down to. I believe the Tennessee offense and the Chiefs defense, that's a wash. They can cancel each other out. Kansas City will have drives where they got the best of the Tennessee offense, and Tennessee's offense will have drives where they got the best of the Chiefs defense. But Tennessee's defense, that's the story for this game. Offensively, Derrick Henry, that's it. Derrick Henry, play action fake, Tannehill take care of the football. You can't give the football back, whatever. But Tennessee's defense, they got to be able to quell Mahomes and weapons. My prediction is going to be this. Because I initially said I have two teams, it would be since two of my prediction teams from the beginning of the playoffs still remain, being Tennessee and Green Bay. I still want to go with my heart and say that will be the Super Bowl matchup because I did initially choose two of those. They're the two remaining of my five. But Kansas City kind of got the writing on the wall, man. I feel like this for Tennessee will be it'll end like the 2017 Jaguar season. Everything starts to go well. You start to look like, wait a minute now, these guys might just get it done. I don't think Kansas City fixing to lose back-to-back AFC championships, man. I think that defense is way better than they were last year, for sure. They're going to play disciplined football. It'll be a close game, in my opinion, because Tennessee, Mike Vrabel, there's no way he's going to allow himself to get blown out. I think it's fixing to be a close game, but I got to give the edge to Kansas City, man. I got to give it to Kansas City. I would have loved to say, oh, Henry. Now, it depends. It could change. Because remember, I changed the pick against Baltimore. But you didn't post it here on YouTube. I put a screenshot. Go to the community thing. Go to the community tabs. You'll see it. It's a post. It may not be a video. You can still post. But if Derrick Henry show up dressed in all white, I might have to change my pick. But for where I sit right now, I'm rolling with Kansas City. I think my homeboy, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, those guys. And I did not even mention, Damian Williams. Might I add, LaShawn McCoy might just play. They've been keeping this man on the bench. And nobody knows what the deal is. They talk about illness here and there, but he can literally still go. He's not the LaShawn McCoy that we saw with the Eagles or in his first, year with the Bills. But this guy can still go. All right? So they've got weapons all over the place. I'm not sure if Tennessee's defense will be able to deal with that. But they just beat Baltimore. Baltimore had one of the best offenses in the league. It was Lamar Jackson. Once you quell Lamar Jackson, that offense got exposed. Kansas City got weapons all over the place. Mahomes could be having a tough day. It's kind of hard to find a Kansas City game where Mahomes struggled, Travis Kelce struggled, Tyreek Hill struggled. All these guys are all having their worst day. I wouldn't bet for that, man. I think the Chiefs' kingdom fixing to go to the Super Bowl for the first time since 69? What? 69. I think it's going to be the first time since 69. God damn, it's been damn near 50 years. Good Lord. Wow. But yeah, I got Kansas City going to the Super Bowl, representing the AFC. In the NFC, now I know, tighten up. Sometimes we have timestamps guys who are Titans fans. Hey, keep down this, bro. Who knows? There's been times the Titans are kind of like the Bills for me. Or not the Bills. The Titans are the AFC equivalent of the Minnesota Vikings for me. When I choose against Tennessee, they win. When I choose for Tennessee, they lose. Or I should say that for Minnesota. We'll see what happens. But my pick will only change if I see what King Henry is showing up in, and if I feel like this man is dressed in the kind of attire that would take over a game, I'll switch my pick. But I got Kansas City winning this game and going to the Super Bowl. Now in the NFC, this is where things get interesting. Because San Francisco, Green Bay, if you look at it from all aspects, Green Bay should lose this game. San Francisco has the better defense. Be quite honest with you, they got the better offense. With Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, they got the better offense. And special teams, they got the better special teams. All three aspects, and they're playing at home. There's literally no reason to choose against San Francisco. However, Aaron Rodgers. It's been a decade since we've seen this man go into the Super Bowl. Well, 9 years, but he's lost NFC championships. He's had terrible playoff losses, but it's just something about this Green Bay team. I believed in them since about I think I started to say Green Bay fixing to go to the Super Bowl since maybe week 5, week 6. And before the season, I said it was either going to be New Orleans or Green Bay, so I already knew Green Bay was fixing to be a problem. I'll tell you this much. Here's the issue that I have with San Francisco. They'll bring the pressure the same way they do, but Aaron Rodgers is not Kirk Cousins. Aaron Rodgers is one of those quarterbacks that are comfortable when he's on the run. He's comfortable outside the pocket. When he's under duress, he makes some of the best plays in NFL history. That's a problem for San Francisco. Aaron Rodgers is damn near like a quarterback you gotta keep in the pocket. He's almost like Russell Wilson in a sense, where they can make plays from anywhere. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Devontae Adams is playing sensational football. Now, granted, him against Sherman, I think that's fixing to be a wash. They'll have plays when they get the best of each other here and there, but it's not going to be no dominant performance from Devontae Adams. I love the kid, love the way he plays. I'm not sure if he's going to get the best of Richard Sherman all doggone day, I'll tell you that much. They'll probably get the best of Witherspoon, I'll tell you that. But Sherman, that's fixing to be a wash here and there. On the ground, San Francisco cannot afford to have Aaron Jones go off. Because if Aaron Jones is having a great day, consider this game done. Because Rodgers got the whole playbook now. Consider that game done. So San Francisco got to shut down the run. And when they have an opportunity to bring Rodgers down, bring him down. For Nick Bosa and Buckner and the good Lord, is it Armstead? And Armstead, you cannot afford to have a free shot on Rodgers and you don't hit him. You gotta hit him. Because if he stays upright and has an opportunity to make a play, I can guarantee you, Jimmy Graham is somehow going to get past the coverage. Adams is going to get past the coverage. Scantling might get past the coverage. Allison might just get past the coverage. Or hell, even Lazard, I'm not sure if he's back yet, but he'll get past the coverage. Who knows? Green Bay's offense can be very scary because every time 12 got that football, he can make a play. On the flip side, Green Bay's defense through the first 8 weeks, we thought they had something there. Then they kind of, Dennis Green challenge. They are who we thought they were. But there's two names, Preston and Zadarius Smith. Those two individuals, that is literally it. Those are game breakers for the Packers. All you need is 1, 2, 3 plays. That's it. Every drive. If one of them can make a play, at least one, every drive, the Packers are in business. Because I don't trust the Packers secondary. Jari Alexander's ascending. He could be one of the best in the league. Absolutely. I still don't trust their secondary. I think Emmanuel Sanders can have a field day against this defense. Because they'll move him around. I think whether it's from the slot, whoever the hell, whether it's Deebo Samuel, Emmanuel Sanders, Kendrick Bourne, all these guys from the slot, they're going to have a field day. Jimmy G's bulk of his production will be coming from that slot position, that slot receiver position. And you can't forget about Kittle. Kittle's going to be killing them from the slot, coming from whether he's lining up at slot. If he's one-on-one with a corner, treat it like Gronk. Jimmy G, throw up those lobs because they can't jump with Kittle. I'm sorry. But most of the production is going to be coming from the slot. I think this is going to be it could be one of those high offensive games, 38, 34, 35, 31 situation where they both score 30. I think that'll be the either high 20s, low 30s sort of game. I really, and all week, I've been feeling, man, I really want to pick San Francisco, but something keeps telling me, man, Green Bay's going to get it. Green Bay fixing to get it done. And it's going to be a State Farm Super Bowl. Man, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, guess what, Mahomes? Your neighbor in sponsorship, Aaron Rodgers fixing to be there. Guess what, Rodgers? Your neighbor in sponsorship fixing to be there. They're going to be Mahomes. I got Green Bay beating, the 49ers. Now, I usually don't do, score predictions. And I know some people, obviously, you can't make everybody feel good. There's going to be, you stupid. There's a bad prediction. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey, man, I could be wrong. Leave your comments, who you think is fixing to win, in the comment section. And on top of that, follow me on Twitter. That is where I let you know before the game if I'm changing my mind. Because if you just see this and then you see the game and you jump over here, hey, you were wrong. But then you miss the fact that I done switched it on Twitter. You're going to be in for a bad time. I'm not going to sit over here and take a camera and put up a video. But hey, man, I'm switching my pick. And then 40 seconds and it's gone. Why would I do that? That's stupid. Use your common sense. All right? But those are my picks. I got Green Bay over San Francisco 30. What am I doing here? What is this movement here? Is this supposed to be a pondering movement? Let's say 30. It's going to be some unorthodox numbers. Let's say 32. 32-30. That's a weird number. Maybe 33. I'm just feeling threes in this game. 33-30. Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers leads a game-winning touchdown. Golly. Or do I feel Jimmy G coming up short? You know what? It's been somewhat the whole season in those closing games. Oh boy. Because when Jimmy G's had the football to close out the games this year, he's come through. You know what? I think it'll be Jimmy G coming up short. Aaron Rodgers gives the Packers the lead with about 3 minutes. No, about 2 minutes, a minute 40 remaining. Jimmy G has about 2 timeouts remaining, and he needs a touchdown because maybe he's down 6 or he's down 5. But he's not going to be able to get it. You know what? Yeah, I think it's going to be a 4-point spread. 34-30 Packers. Jimmy G's, game-winning drive, attempt of a game-winning drive comes up just a little short. I'm going Packers. Packers 34-30. Now, the AFC Championship, Kansas City over Tennessee. Good Lord, I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game, man. Boy, Kansas City's offense is explosion. Last week I thought everything was going to be close, and it was outside of the Seattle-Green Bay game. It came down to 5 points. Everything else was a spread of 10 plus. If Green Bay and and San Francisco is close. Tennessee and Kansas City can't. I don't think both games are going to be close. Good Lord, they might just beat them by a little bit. All right, let's say 13-point spread. 13-point spread. 27-14, Kansas City. Oh, boy. Oh, King Henry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, King Henry. I'm sorry. Perhaps I'm not going to be allowed into the church of O. Henry. But those are my picks. Yeah, I think I'm going to lock it in. I'm feeling comfortable. I don't feel too much dissension. My hands are starting to leave. I'm releasing myself from the genjutsu. All right. Kansas City over Tennessee, 27-13. Green Bay over San Francisco, 34-30. I told you why I think whichever team is going to win. Green Bay, they got Aaron Rodgers. It's just something about Rodgers that makes me feel like he's going to get the job done. All right, Danica Patrick, she can go and vouch for that. Pause, no homo. And for Kansas City, it's just something about that offense. I don't think Andy Reid and Mahomes are going to lose another AFC Championship at home, back to back. Although King Henry is murdering, defenses, I don't think that Kansas City defense will watch 2 straight games where Derrick Henry absolutely ran over teams and they don't get the job done. It's not easy to stop the man, but I think they're going to be able to get the job done. Kansas City is one of those very tough stadiums to play in. I think that offense is going to, put themselves in a position where they're not playing from behind again. I don't think they're going to start slow. I think Travis Kelce is going to have a sensational game again. And Tyreek Hill might have a plays here and there, but my X factor is going to be McCole Hardman. I think he's going to have a very good game. But I'm choosing those 2 teams to go to the Super Bowl. It will be State Farm Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, 2 of the faces of the NFL, will be doing the quintessential, fisticuffs in a football form, the joust of the pigskin, if you will. But those are my predictions. Let me know what yours will be. And this has been your 2019 NFL Championship Weekend pre-game analysis show, pre-game prediction show. I am your host, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. Once again, leave in the comment section, who do you think is going to win? And I hope I'll be able to go live on Hot Mic this weekend. I think we're leaning towards being able to. We're still in conversations as to see if I can or not, but I'll keep you guys updated. I will make a video when it does happen. But yeah, let me know in the comment section who you think is winning. Timestamp guy, do your thing. I'll see you guys in a little bit.